back. It's a brand new season of CGL.
This is just an absolute treat. These players are so damn good.
The talent on these teams is undeniable. Everybody on every team right now is making plays.
It's going to be an exciting start to the season, and it'll just get better from here on out.
We're about to step to a whole new era of Overwatch esports. So much exciting action is happening here on CGL that you do not want to miss.
Look who's starting it all off. It's Raven. No one necessarily figure out what is the right way to go just yet.
What a nice roll through. It's just going to solidify everything for Mythos.
Does come back, and Arsario gets the mech, but I don't need a mech. I'll kill 4 anyway.
This is just a highlight reel for Arsario right now.
They're making a statement in the EU Masters here.
This patch is still incredibly fresh. There's so much to learn, so much to change about the way we play the game.
SKC, but the shatter is colossal.
Let's get it going.
Trades keep coming through. Laura, is he going to be able to find these shots true?
Inu on the overclock with 2.
Here comes an Antler immediately goes back to fine skills, slicing and dicing their way through 2, 3, so back and forth.
Out of the pan and into the fire. The regular games of the season have concluded for the first half, and we are nice and deep into the mid-season here in EU. 2 undefeated teams. Teams that have players with incredible prowess and a prodigy on one of them. This is set to be straight flames, but only one team can continue to be undefeated. Only one team can get to the finals of the mid-season and get those extra points for the end playoffs. My name is Gio. I'll be casting for today alongside the illustrious, well-slept Spectrian.
Yeah, that's me. Good morning or good evening, good afternoon, depending on your time zone. Got an EU match for you today, as you can see underneath me. Bum FC going to be taking on 0907 here in our semi-final matchup of this mid-season tournament. Whilst this is going on, by the way, we will have another semi-final happening simultaneously. So if a Flock versus Moss game sounds much more your speed, you can go catch that over on CGL 1. Of course, later on, 9 PM Eastern Time, Cuddle Puddle going to be up against Death Blossom. I believe that's NA Diamond tier, if memory serves. So there's going to be that as well. If you well, if you're going to be awake at that time, I know a lot of us EU people probably will be anyway, being realistic, but it's there if you want it. Take a quick gander at the playoffs bracket, and listen, I hate to be the one to say it, but I do feel like this upper side of the bracket is a smidgen stronger, right? Bum FC, 0907, even Falcons and Pool, I would argue, are probably the stronger teams. That's no hate whatsoever to the other 4 teams who qualified. But you know, it does feel like it has ended up being that the winner of this Winners 1 matchup is probably going to end up being our mid-season champion overall, Geo, unless one of the Flock or Moss have something else to say about it.
Yeah, Flock and Moss have had a bit of a tougher time in the regular season. They've suffered a lot more losses. Of course, both FC, 0907, they're undefeated. And yeah, it does kind of feel like one of these things is not quite like the other. But this game is certainly going to define, okay, which one of these upper echelon teams is better than the other. It comes down to this, and there's more to play for than just getting into the finals. There's the ego as well, knowing that one is better. And in terms of those standings, this is the first time that these teams have faced each other as well. So this is a first in that regard, because 0907, they're part of Group 2. Group 1 is where Bum FC are reigning from. Moths, to their credit, are also undefeated. So you could see Moths versus Bum FC to define who's the best of Group 1. You could see 0907 beat down the Bums. And then you could see 0907 up against the Moths in another undefeated match. So probably money saying that Moths are going to be in the finals as well as either one of these teams. And really, it's a coin flip, but there's some great players on both sides.
Yeah, zooming back in now onto the matchup at hand, 0907 versus Bum FC. We wanted to highlight the tank players here because 097, they've been playing together with theirs for a while. Imagine being a consistent force. As you see, that's about 6 final blows per 10, 2.3 deaths, not dying very often, doing a lot more damage than healing taken. These are all very strong stats for a tank to have part of the wild oil machine that is 097. They're a Masters team for a reason. And it's going to be a very strong part of their offensive. Is pretty flexible. Imagine, I think, as you can see on screen, is more typically known for that hazard more than anything else. And as the meta moves away from hazard, that might be a problem. As we'll see in a second, though, about that opposition, because I do got to say, Bum FC, I think they're about the closest to a one-man team you can realistically be, right? Because with their skipper, Golden Pants, Lord of mercy, that is just a force of nature. There's no two ways about it. I gotta say, there's a reason this player was able to qualify for Masters. I'm not gonna say it is lonesome, but definitely is the strongest player on his team. Ignore the Doomfist here. He's a ball player through and through. 15 final blows per 10.
Hello?
2 deaths. These aren't realistic stats. I mean, there might be a bug in our statistics system because this is ridiculous. This is unheard of. This is imaginary. If this is even half of the impact he's going to have in this lobby, then 097 might just have their pockets ran.
Yeah, and if you're thinking in the chat, oh, well, you guys just chose like 3 minutes of one game. No, this is over 6 games. 6 games, and this is the stats that they have. This is incredible. And obviously it does create a situation where Golden Pants has been... The word prodigy has been used for them. It's going to become of OWCS age very soon,
like
sometime this year. I'm not exactly sure.
He's eligible... As I remember, he's not eligible to do relegation, but he's eligible immediately after relegation. Because he's a 16, turning 17.
Yeah.
As I recall. Take all this with a pinch of salt. The practical upshot, though, is guaranteed he's eligible for OWCS and Masters in Stage 3, so that could be the time of the baller. Obviously, Ball is always going to be a strong hero in this meta, right? It's in every meta, in fact. He's just so like skill responsive that you can always just keep on finding value as long as you play the hero all the time. And considering he consistently peaks champion on only this hero, I mean, he's got the experience in spades.
Yeah, and there's the one issue against every team here in CGL. You can only ban Wrecking Ball on one map. You've got one chance, and you need to use it wisely. And it creates a situation where do we ban it outright in the first map? We know what the first map's going to be as well. It's going to be Oasis. Decent map to ban the Wrecking Ball. But then you've spent that chip, right? So do 0907 wait for that? Do they go down further in the line? How prepared are they? Surely they know. They must be very well aware of what they're about to walk into, right?
I mean, absolutely, right? This team is pretty famous throughout Expert Division. You take a look at a certain main sports Twitter, and all you can see is chain bans onto Wrecking Ball. I'm looking at the ban system now. Queen, Ball, Kiri, Ball, Kiri, Ball, Kiri, Ball, Kiri, Ball. Another match here, Tor, Ball, Tor, Ball, Tor, Ball, Tor, Ball, Tor, Ball. Like, everybody just wants to Thanos snap this Wrecking Ball 0907. They know they're going to ban Ball at some point. The only question is, when do you ban it? Do you think it's going to have more of an impact on this first map of Oasis? Or do you think it might come up a little bit later? If I am 0907, I probably would be looking to ban it on a later map. I think the Ball is annoying on control, but I think considering if there was some way that they... no, they want to get out of the way. Fair enough.
Wow.
They decide that Golden Pants is dead. They want to get off on the right foot. But remember, every other map after this, even on the really good Ball maps, like an Esperanza, for example, where you just have permanent uptime, they got to farm it. And the other thing with the Ball, you can't like ban it by banning another hero, right? With Winston, you get rid of Anna, it's no bueno, right? With Anna, you get a Brig, it's tricky at the best of times, right? With Ball, you can play it with basically anything, and that's the real threat. Bum FC, they've got their own ban here, and though they can't play Ball, then they still have some options. I reckon they probably want to go towards a Sigma comp. I think is Golden Pants' second choice, but he has been going off of it as of late. Instead, I think it's been more Winston, so I'd imagine he'd ban out like Juno so they can force Anna Brig, maybe? Or ban Anna Brig, sorry.
I'd say after the experience in Expert Division, they've probably been forced to at least consider expanding the hero pool, but on Oasis, you're thinking what other, kind of composition would be viable. On Library, you could do a brawl, but realistically, overall, like playing dive is going to be the stronger one. So maybe you go for like a brawl backline hero, try and get rid of that, stop them from being able to move about, like a Juno, a Lucio, something on that regard. Yeah, okay, yeah, they are going to go for Lucio, slow them down a bit. So yeah, looking to probably play a bit of a slower composition then, or at least something where they don't want that boop and speed available.
Recently, I don't think many teams are playing non-Lucio like ground tank comps. I think if you play like Queen or if you play like Malga, that's when you might not see it. As far as I'm aware, Golden Pants doesn't play much of those, and I think with, like I mentioned, the Sig and the I'm blanking, Sig and the Monkey, then typically you can play it pretty often. I don't mind the Lucio ban though. It does kind of just show that they probably do want to play Juno Brig. I think this does kind of play into their opponent's strengths. But we'll talk about that in a second. Take a gander at the rosters real quick before we get into the action. And here is going to be Bum FC. Seems like we are
so Swag Demon has taken over.
Yeah, so we got Swag Demon, Keela on the DPS line. We've got AES and Jacob on the support line. Jacob has been something of a rising star in recent times, but still going to be one of the generally lesser known names on this team. Like I mentioned, not a one-man team, but about the closest you can come into it in this open division. Golden Pants is going to be the one who's the most known, the highest peak. On paper, the best, right? So it's whether he sinks or swims, which is going to decide how this game goes.
Yeah, and they also have some backups as well. They could bring in Hetvlinders, who himself has 11 final blows per 10 over 3 matches, so also a strong player. Teshu Baker is right up there in terms of final blows per 10 as well. Also a strong start. But let's look at 0907. They've got the strong team. We obviously looked at Majin's stats earlier, but they will be running with Condi, Turbo Smooth, Kanale, and Jonowich. Kanale and Jonowich, I'd say, is a strong backline. Both those players strong in their own right. Again, this team is 4th right now in standings for Masters tier in Face It. That means they're very close to be able to want to get to the playoffs, get to the top 2 spot, and fight to get into OWCS. So this is a high-level team right now, and they're looking to try and curb the enthusiasm of the Golden Pants squad.
Yeah, as you mentioned, a high Masters team. I do think that they would probably struggle to actually qualify to OWCS when you look at the competition, right? You're like Gas Tier 3s, your Incendiars, your DM Pros of the world, Quick. Even the teams you're competing against, Vision, I would say, Sakura as well. But they can absolutely make it through, right? They can absolutely make these deep runs. They can consistently find themselves in the money. And I gotta say, from the side of 0907, pay attention to Kanale, who's playing, obviously a wealth of competitive experience from that flex support role, and also pay attention to Turbo Smooth. I've heard a review of him a little bit earlier today, so it's going to be a high aggression here, trying to hit those shots. If he does, then it could be some just like miracle kills being found from the side of 0907, but if not, it could be some very early gifts. Getting ready to head into the map, as you can see here, starting on University. Typically where you do see some brawlier comps, dive maybe not as bueno here. So that's kind of what we expect to see. Remember, Lucio bans, Juno bans, so both these teams going to need to get a little bit creative. Bum FC have cooked something that that's really cringe, actually. That's incredibly cringe. This comp is designed to burn frontline. They both DPS, basically just hard stack the Orisa. And when Majin goes in, I imagine you just fall over. I hope they swap off of it. This is more standard. This Orisa comp is just focused around lane control. This is... Okay, this is decent. The Malga slams are going to be annoying, so Golden Pants' ability just to live into Majin's slams and subsequent cardiacs are going to decide everything here.
2 undefeated teams meeting for the first time this season. 2 teams who have a lot of success in Face It in 2 different divisions. Face off now to basically prove themselves, to take themselves to the finals. They're just teeing off right now. slow start here. No one wants to be the team to go down early, and if the Wrecking Ball being banned early, 0907, they've played their card very early there. You see Golden Pants just sitting on the point, just being that kind of lamppost already with controlling the point as well. Basically putting the ball into 0907's court in a way. Big charge into the backline there, forces the break away. You see Majin struggling for health. Unable to really follow up onto the Orisa as much as they would like. Turbo Smooth going in though, and Golden Pants spent a little too many of the resources there in that push and is going to get burned out for it.
Yeah, I think how it's gonna work a lot of the time in this series, and with this Malga in particular, is that you need to find all your value whilst you use that cardiac. If you don't find anything, you've got to back up and wait for it to come back, because the hero is basically a 1 cooldown bot. Golden Pants is able to press the advantage when there's no cardiac. As soon as it's back in, he falls over. Knocked down pretty low. Coney getting great poke, one of the strongest soldiers we have in CGL here, but will be forced to back out.
Yeah, forced to back out, is going to have that first spec available. Choosing to go for the extra ammo there for more uptime. It's going to have the overclock though. And Turbo Smooth immediately finds Golden Pants. Yeah, and see, you talk about like forcing out the cardiac, and that is true, but once Orisa spends their chips, they're just a big cheese block waiting to get grated.
This is the reason why I would kind of prefer to see Golden Pants on a Sigma, right? Where you have both the experimental shield as well as that kinetic grasp, right? To avoid and absorb the Malga shots. Orisa just kind of has to eat all the damage. And so, and another aggressive play.
Yeah, right into the overclock though. It's going to be a lot of pain. Terror starts trying to change it, the course. The orbital ray has not been matched by Doctor. Playing very smart there, knows that they don't need it, and keeping a hold of that resource is actually huge here as they continue to push the issue, forcing them, packing them up into spawn, and that's a very strong fight win.
I mean, remember, we did say it would be the Golden Pants show. He's off his one trick, and 0907 not experiencing any problems. Zarya, I mean, it's better than the Orisa at least, but you're already behind on ult. 0907 have a free ray, and unless one of the DPS just outright kill Doki, 0907 is still definitely advantaged in this battle.
Yeah, it goes for the break, but that's the orbital ray up, so much sustainability,
Yeah.
and yeah, that is going to be what happens there. That blade was turbocharged, and Turbo Smooth made it look nice and easy there. Once they got hold of that point, they were just rolling.
Le Turbo de la Smooth. Anyone speak French around here?
Yeah, I'm too mono language to know what's going on. You know who we need that? Who was it we got for interview that one time?
Maybe. No, as we see, Golden Pants has no bull. They kind of experience technical issues. 0907 have a great understanding by lots of things of tempo, consistently going when Golden Pants doesn't have the cooldowns to rebuff them. And as well, once they get up to that first corner, once they don't have to eat the poke anymore, then they realize they can just fight around corners. Bum FC don't really know how to walk properly, so they're just getting hit mid-rotation a lot. On top of things, the DPS of 0907 are finding just so much more value. Condi and Turbo Smooth are currently running rings around Swag Demon and Keeler. So I'd love to see those two players especially step up for Bum FC.
Already just playing for this high ground charge in early. They're just looking to take the initiative, but they have used the cardiac. They are backing up temporarily. They don't want to give the advantage here. That charge for Golden Pants is going to get so high. A lot of damage coming out there, and Majin definitely felt that. Will have finished it off with that railgun, and again, looking very reminiscent, but they'll take the first point.
Yeah, first cap here. I was going to say it would be lovely. Into the Malga, it would be much more so, but the remark to stop already comes through. This is mainly so you can survive in the front line a little bit longer with the Zarya, right? Now that the slam is basically never going to find value, the Zarya being able to bubble off the actual stun, you'd rather just have the added survivability that comes with the block.
Yeah, but very similar strategies here to just take the high ground and give their team as much space as they can to try and get a pick here. A lot of frontline damage, that's the Nemesis form being popped. In fact, Quilla is going very low with it, lots of support to keep them up. Majin, though, needs to back up because now they're just going to be in the regular old Omnic form against a rally and a very hard charge Zarya. That ain't going to last for long. In fact, they still pop the rally. Jonowich thinks it's winnable. To be fair, they've taken out Jacob. Has forced the Grav, they have Orbital Raid in response, so the supports definitely want to keep this fight up and running. They are struggling, though, to get anything with it, and they spent a lot of expensive ultimates there in a fight that I don't think was really winnable.
I have no idea why they're rallying there. Yeah, it allowed them to extend the fight, but they didn't have point control, so they don't find any value in that. Bum FC are given an economic gift here. And now both teams just being able to match DPS ults, at least until this Annihilation comes online, is going to favor the defenders. And it is going to favor the team with the Zarya, that projector bubble being so strong to enable this Dragon Blade.
This is Swag Demon waiting for it, dashing in. Goes right for the soldier, and if you can just at least
Double
box
slide.
out that overclock, but yeah, double slide is going to help Conde just escape from that one so quick. Looking like Barry Allen getting out of that one.
Yeah, I mean, Swag Demon made the correct play without perks, right? Holding the dash until the slide came through. But there was just another one. It's as simple as that. We do trade Keeler for Conde, and Keeler having much closer spawns is going to favor them much more. Patronowicz just dies. But 097 just win a fight and decides to just toss it away. So now Bum FC can walk right back in, high charge, numbers advantage, and get basically a free flip back.
Yeah, Turbo Smooth is looking desperately to try and turn it around, but the two supports have each other's back. You cannot catch a Juno in the air. That's the overclock as well. Imagine it's just forced to just stay there and brunt the heart of it. Jacob goes down, but Golden Pants again continuing to get lots of eliminations here. Just right in this backline, forcing Magic to come back. I mean, to be fair, Ace gets caught out. It's a bit of a fumble here, actually. They've used the Graviton Surge right at the end of that fight, and they've lost it. They've lost the fight. That was a full-on fumble there.
There's no way that Bum FC should ever be losing that fight. I mean, even the investment from 097, I'm really not a fan of, but they've been able to stabilize at least. They get the kill into Jacob. They were both support so they can play for as long a fight as they could ever ask for in this upcoming battle, which is exactly what they need, as they kind of start getting past that 70% mark. That flip, or that cap rather, was about to be threatened, but what an opening pick to relieve some of that pressure again.
It's Swag Demon fighting Turbo Smooth, who has moved on to the Tracer in the meantime. Trying to dash through. If they can get the blade, that's huge, but Orbital Raid is going to force them to rethink this. Swag Demon played with fire right in that ray, and Jacob goes down again when Majin walks on them. There's not much they can do. Turbo Smooth gets a bit of vengeance there, looking like Daredevil in Hell's Kitchen, just cleaning up all the crime, and Bum FC are going to get jailed up into their spawn. That's going to be 2-0 here on Oasis.
Why did Swag Master dash the rallying brig? Why did he do that? Like they were 5v4, and all I can describe is that he engaged the feed drive to warp speeds, runs into the stun, and dies because of it. Because of course he did, for 50 damage that was never gonna bloody kill, and because of that, it's 2-0 here. Yeah, Cage Rally Blades. It's a Cage Rally Blade, guys. It's a lot of kills, but we really didn't have to press any buttons there.
Obviously, right, they had their main weapon taken from them. They are a wrecking ball-centered team. But still, there were decisions there that kind of scratched the head, you know. They were looking fairly good on the Zarya, but there was just a certain point where the fight would get to kind of like a midpoint, and they would just kind of like forget things, like very simple, basic, like positional errors that just caused them to lose those fights.
I don't know how they were consistently losing Chaos fights when they're playing a Zarya into Ramachu. That should be yours every damn day of the week. But evidently they did, is all I can really just say. I guess it is just like an individual mechanics issue is all I can really put it down to, because composition, they should be winning that every day of the week. Macro-wise, they absolutely should. Of course, it's going to be Bum FC's map pick now. They also get first ban. As for maps, they have plenty of options. Realistically, they could go Blizzard World, which would be very strong for the Bull. They could maybe even try playing like a Zen backline. I think with Bull, he kind of works everywhere, right?
Yeah.
You change maybe what comp you're playing around him. You maybe don't play Kiri Lucio on Blizzard World as much. You play like a Zen Brig. You won't play a Zen Brig or like a Suravasa. But that's the beautiful thing about one-trick Bull teams. As long as you don't flex the Bull, everywhere else can go into totally different looks. So we'll wait and see exactly what they decide to go towards. I will say that with the bans, the crucial thing to remember now is that 097 will have one Sombra ban, which is, we'll have the chance to play Sombra, sorry. Bum FC will have one chance to ban Sombra. So Sombra is the main way that we're going to see ball counted 95% of the time. She's annoying. You can disrupt the slams, especially the enhanced slam with your major perk. But if you ban a DPS, then they'll be able to get a protect through. So pay a lot of attention to that, because that's going to be the... I was going to say the new ball in this matchup, but I mean, we saw ball just get instantly slaps away.
Yeah, and in a way, it kind of helps 0907 to get into the lead, and it means that they now know for sure Wrecking Ball is going to be what's played. And yeah, the rest of the composition that the team of Bum FC play might not be as easy to predict, but you know, you're thinking, what can stop a ball? Sombra's obviously the best. Nade from Cass, but if you use the nade, you become vulnerable. So
the problem with Cass is that while you're better at like killing when they actually go in for a dive, then you're much more likely to also die to a dive. Whereas you can just take Soj double slide and just guaranteed live like 2 ball cycles, and it's so much chiller.
True. Yeah, true. So yeah, I think you're right in the way that like Sombra's definitely a key that 0907 could use. I don't know their players well enough. Do you know if they have a Sombra player, someone who
no,
isn't just
anybody played Sombra in the past like 2 years?
I was thinking that. I don't even know if Question plays Sombra anymore. Like I don't know if there's any.
Plays Sombra.
Of course they do. Of course.
Fitzy plays Sombra.
Fitzy still streams.
Yeah, he's a streamer for Team Liquid.
Oh, nice.
I mean, yeah.
I'm not sitting around watching Sombra players, so I don't really know. I
don't watch Sombra players. The only Sombra worth watching is Lip, because he's the GOAT. But even I haven't seen him on Sombra recently. Speaking of Sombra players, by the way, a small tangent from Lip. If you watched last year's Korea finals, there's one time where Lip tries to kill Proper by like uncloaking behind him and just shooting him, and Proper like full on like hits like a 120-degree flick and just one taps it. It's actually disgusting.
Nice.
Sombra does not hit the same way she did, and also Proper is just the GOAT.
Yeah, Proper is amazing here. Not here. Proper's not here. That would be different.
Proper's just amazing. Flat.
You can imagine CGL had like Proper on one of the teams, like one just pops in very quickly. Yeah, we're just waiting on the map choice here from the team. Then we'll get into the hero bans. But yeah, you're thinking like ball-centric maps are going to be what's chosen by Bum FC. They don't want to make it difficult for themselves. Well, I know they're probably comfortable enough, and yeah, you're exactly right. Blizzard World is going to be the choice. Very much a playground for Wrecking Ball players. Lots of rollouts as well on first point to clear high ground and such, as well as second point being so open, and again, multiple rollouts on third point. So lots of fun for Wrecking Ball to have.
See what the bans are going to be here in just a second. As previously mentioned, first ban here for Bum FC. They could go for a DPS ban here, just ban away something like a Mei or a Hanzo or a Sim to kind of protect ban the DPS class, so there can be no... actually, I keep forgetting it. My side swapped up. Sorry. That's what 0907 would do. Bum FC should just ban Sombra. Or they could ban like a Diva or a Hog who would also disrupt you. Though that would be just what they will do here. I'll be very surprised if they move towards anything else. I think none of the backliners will ever be banned by Bum FC once we got the Lucio ban out the way. Because when you're playing ball, it's not really a problem, is it? If they're especially annoying, you can maybe get like a Moira if you're somehow losing to Brawl Comp, but that just seems so unlikely.
Yeah, I think you're right in regards to those bans, and Diva. Yep, the Diva choice makes sense. Diva's often a tank that tank players will go to against a Wrecking Ball if they're not comfortable in mirroring or going for something similar. Because Diva can kind of Diva Matrix the backline when the dive comes in, can also boop as well. Displacement against Wrecking Balls, that's the strongest kind of CC you can do. So Diva's off the board. It does mean Sombra is very much pickable and playable here for 0907.
Yeah, which could be a threat, most definitely. Something that will probably... I mean, let's be real here. If you're Golden Pants and you play ladder all the time and you one-trick ball, people are going to know just to stop rolling out on Sombra. So in terms of the 1v1, he's going to have that as down to pat as you realistically can. So when we're watching Golden Ball's pulse specifically, watch for how quickly he can get into the ball form, use that quad cannon to break the hack. Because if he can't do that, he's going to be spending a lot of time CC'd out of his engages. A Torbjorn ban for 0907. Fair enough. Torb is pretty good. Okay. 0907, like playing Has, it makes a lot of sense to me.
Yeah, get rid of Torbjorn. Love it. I was just thinking, I haven't watched Bum FC since perks were playable in CGL, and I'm just thinking if you get a carry, those double TPs with a carry and a ball composition, like that's just annoying.
It is very strong.
But Bum FC find themselves 0-1 down. This might actually be the first time they've lost a map as well. Both these teams are undefeated, but 0907 have started their journey to continuing that undefeated streak and to blast through into the finals of the mid-season as these two titans clash. But now they are walking into the battlefield that has been created, molded, landscaped for Bum FC.
Yeah, you know, Jacob is going to be on that Brigitte again. Probably one of the less flexible players on Bum FC. Just plays Brig all the time. Fair enough. If I was on 07, I would target ban his ass expediently because, listen, if someone's a Brig player, they probably can't play Lucio anyway. With Jacob, I mean, well, he can. It's not his best pick by any means. And I think you probably would just want to anyway. On 07, they're currently hovering the bull comp in spawn. I don't think Imagine plays a crazy amount of this. And I don't imagine he stays either, because you can just go Haz and evaporate Jacob. The Brig v Haz matchup is so cringe. They go Sigma here. They want to stick to the Ana Brig so they can keep each other alive. Does Condi actually stick Soldier? No, Cassidy, Genji. Okay, so they want to like deathball pretty harder on the Sig here. Turbo's move can go on soft angles and a softer mark, like Swag Demon or Golden Pants. But realistically, they just have to hope they can make these walks safely, because if Pants can disrupt, it could be very, very rough for them to actually make it to the point easily.
You see them fearfully looking at the sky, waiting for Batman to descend upon Gotham. Golden Pants is just having a wee bit of fun there in the sky, teasing them, not going for the pile drive, because Golden Pants knows what they want. Goes for the slam as soon as Sick goes low, forces some resource there from the backline to keep their tank alive, but they're slowly moving around here in the cover, in the alleyways, trying to keep their heads clear of any potential pile drives. Big antidote to the backline, but the follow-up's not there. In fact, they're just using it to displace the Sigma, who is again feeling the hurt. They're just trying to poise themselves on this high ground, take as much map as they can without losing anyone, but constantly getting booped while doing it right into the pile drive. Imagine finding Jacob is a great opener. 0907 can use that to know that they can push in a little bit harder here. The packs are not available. That extra healing on the side not available. If you can cut the Ana off in any way, you'll be in a very good spot. This is patient play. This is very slow, very methodical. Big sleep onto Golden Pants caused them to kind of reconsider. Nano has went on to Turbo Smooth there, but the rest, yeah, they are just about to touch. Yeah, Golden Pants gets the Nano as well. They're not getting many picks here. That's the issue. They're just slowly letting them walk. Imagine with the Flux gets booped away. Didn't get anything with the Flux, actually. Golden Pants desperately just trying to get something. They got stunned out, so they couldn't touch the point. Very nice stuff from 0907 so far.
Yeah, doing a good job just keeping themselves alive. Golden Pants, the thing is, if he doesn't sync up with Swag Demon, then you don't really have a great amount of kill pressure. Especially with a 907 playing very connected, then anytime he goes on a target, there's always going to be a pack or some shots from the Biotic Rifle to keep them alive. The sync not really there. And as well, with the Ana perk, what? AES almost guaranteed here should be taking the big sleep, but instead takes Bouncing Nade. And so far, not punished for it. Healer, a necessary pick to slow the momentum.
I think Ace maybe went for it.
Oh, no, Ace, sorry, yeah, the other one.
Yeah,
okay.
Ace went for it because they see them playing Death Volley, but you're absolutely right, Doc. They should 100% be getting that groggy perk on this slate because against the Wrecking Ball, just so strong. And Golden Pants just looking to be like, yeah, you took the high ground form as on point 1, but point 2, we want it. Unfortunately for Jacob, though, they just seem to be the linchpin for 0907. Goes down early again, and the blade coming out is going to force them back. 0907 very good at finding that Brigitte. No, Turbo Smooth is taking out the equation temporarily.
Yeah, but with these trades back and forth, the cart will stable and continue moving. 0907 are able to rotate their backline up to high ground. It's pretty hard to flush out an Ana break from this angle, especially as a solo ball. The nade is great. Connie just gets evaporated.
Yeah, Ace is the one now finding those eliminations along sidelines of point 2, really playing into the sniper's benefit. Doherty on the other side is the one to go down, and finally Bum FC again, they get a little bit of control and they get to pause the attack of 0907.
Yeah, I got a break in the action with Condi going down here. Golden Pants, gonna look for something more, but even Slept Up and Groggy. Okay, Anti's rocked. Every single CC in the game has just been used, and with the missed pulse from Swag Demon, it's a 5v4 guaranteed here for 0907.
Yeah, call them Sleepy Pants, because that caught up to them there. Slept, groggy, rocked. There's not much a Wrecking Ball can do.
Just absolutely bullied out of the game. He's going to be back at least, but not much you can actually threaten here. I'll get a replay.
God.
Slept, rocked, antied, exploded again, because why not? Like, come on, man.
Poor guy, let him play his character. There's a rock again, forcing him off the point. Lots of tools to play with though. Bum FC have the overclock as well. It's the Nano that'll go into Golden Pants. Ace as well gets himself the Nano with that perk that they've chosen. Not going for those headshots, but Golden Pants again getting caught out. Not having as much fun as they thought they would.
Indeed. So far, been dying a little bit more than that 2 per 10 we had statistically showing. Oh, what a rock as well.
Woo! Yeah, just cleans up. And the overclock was used there as well, and Quilla just immediately got sent into the 7 depths of hell.
So we're through to the last stage of the map, normally the worst one for Bum FC. Have not been finding as much success as they maybe would have wanted for this pick. And I gotta say, we'd still really love to see Jacob move over to the Lucio. I think the fast rotates to the Ana, combined with your greater ability to mark Turbo Smooth, and you being much less of a weakness when Majin walks in, it would be absolutely beautiful, but just doesn't have the hero pool for it.
Blade coming out. Nano as well, looking to work their magic. Don't know where that accent came from. Slashing and Ace goes almost down. Does get the help there from Quila, who hits the overclock. And nothing more dangerous than the Dalek Sigma slowly floating up to you like you're stairs in its
He
way.
just Sig 9.
Yeah, just doing
He
some
just like
Sigma
misses all,
things.
sorry.
Oh yeah, actually did miss the ult there. That's rough, but with 2 minutes on the board rolling around this corner, they're in a good spot.
Yeah, that they are. Rally is at least going to be active, so you can begin to walk the backline if you wish as Jacob, but you're likely going to use that just to repel a dive. Tries to peel out the Ana, and they get their kills.
I love that Golden Pants got slept, got groggy, didn't turn around. Thought, you know what, you're going to do that to me, slams into the backline, takes out both supports and Majin. It's like, that's it, I've had enough of this shenanigans.
So because of that, I like this play. Hiding for a nade. It's going to be a nade instantly into a ball slam, very likely. Sees a turn back, spotted out, but gets the goop nades.
And the Nano sent dusted Thanos snap. Someone's going to have to brush you off the pavement after that one.
Oh, Golden Patch just kills everyone. Perfect play there. They hide with the nade, of course. Dump the Nano boost, and even if you trade out AES, which I don't believe they did, I mean, Golden Pants is just going to wipe them out. One ult fight there for Bum FC. Time off the bank, and now with just a minute remaining, 0907 have to probably figure out how they're going to use this rally to disrupt the ball engage.
Going to decide to go for the inside push here. Hainu to just annoy Golden Pants. Golden Pants doesn't care. It's got the aura to just face tank it. Yeah, I mean, you've got 700 health, 775 health as a Wrecking Ball. You're not really scared of a Hainu getting you before you can take them out. 30 seconds left.
Indeed. They're going to have one more touch because the Bum FC went so early, then there's nothing they can really do to stop 0907 from reaching the cart, and they will be reaching cart with a significant ult advantage here. Maybe the OC, maybe the the drone setup of Golden Pants will be enough, though.
Something's in the way. That's a rock! Golden Pants almost got slept up there. That would have been a big start to the fight for 0907. The Nano onto Turbo Smooth. They're going to be able to get their blade off the back of that. Immediately takes Ace out of it. They can find Jacob. That would be big, but Jacob gets back in time. Golden Pants coming up to the mines as well. Flux gets whipped into it. Is able to again miss. It's hard to catch these fellas. They're all very movable. Golden Pants turning it into a washing machine. IE trying to make their opponents look washed, coming in now with the mines to retouch. Doesn't quite get over the wall there.
He went in the mega
Someone
pack.
needs
and
to
it does
touch.
Guys.
Yeah.
Guys.
That's right. I think Golden wanted to slam over the ball, just a little bit of geometry diff.
I think he wanted the mega and then to loop round and hope his like break touched. But he was slow, the mega wasn't there. Then he wanted to wait longer to get like some regen going or something, but it didn't happen. It's all going a little bit topsy-turvy here for the side of BumFC. 0907's this consistency is what's really winning them the day, right? Because with BumFC, kind of feels like we have to wait for Golden Pants to do some like crazy techniques, right, on that Wrecking Ball. But 0907 have a multitude of win conditions. Even if it's going for these Nano Blades, only if they even get one, it's normally going to be enough, right? You know I said I'd love to see the Lucio swap, but it would also be beautiful if you had that sound barrier to stop some of these Nano Blades, help you trade ults a bit better, because I don't think we've really seen rally value just yet. Yeah, Imagine's Flux has kind of sucked, but other than that, on the Sigma, he's been pristine, right? These rocks have been so frustrating for Golden Pants to deal with. Been consistently stunned out, consistently half HP when he'd really rather be full.
Man, yeah, putting up with the sleep, the grogginess after the rock, the anti-nade, there's so much to annoy Golden Pants, not to mention that if they go for the dive, they can get naded out of their pile drive, so I did like how 0907 played it. Nice and slow movement, especially on first point around the outside, but BumFC, they'll have a lot more to play with on their attack, right?
Have to wait and see, of course. I mean, you definitely don't need to be as consistent, so maybe one of the advantages of 0907 going down the drain. Condi on this soldier, I think, is just more vulnerable to the ball. We'll see if it works out in his favor or not. But high ground already being postured for by Golden Pants.
God, that looked like a 90-degree turn on Wrecking Ball. I didn't even know you could do that. That's madness.
Yeah, it's a bounce.
They've cleared the high ground already, so now they're just going to push to get the back high ground. The sleep's up there, doesn't have the grogginess, so rowing away would be easy enough. Sigma of Imagine is getting under a lot of pressure. Is going to go very low, gets the support that they need, and a very aggressive Johnowich break there. Be playing bouncer, basically, to the club, and that club being 0.1, but Wheel of Fighting Turbo Smooth is going to mean that backline of BumFC is in a bit of a safer position. You're not going to get dashed up, you're not going to get burst down by a Genji, and oh, Imagine it's flirting with Death, but Death is not interested. Johnowich will go down. It's Quila who's finding the eliminations. They've got the space. Oh, but Condi on a nice, annoying flank there. That kind of angle that the soldier was on just messed everything up, but the angle has basically fallen apart as Golden Pants continues to push forward here.
Still balling, Nano invested. Imagine really wants this and might be able to get it as Jacob does his best to survive.
The rally into the Flux, keeps himself alive. Misses Rock, Ace just sidesteps it. If they had hit it, maybe they could have got the Ana and followed up on there. But that will be 0.1.
How do you not kill an Ana break with Nano Flux? That's like trying to nuke a fly and letting the thing bloody survive. Oh, that's unfortunate there. Imagine really just spilling spaghetti all over the floor. BumFC a healthy enough time bank to get it moving through second, and this will be where their compo really gets into the going of things. They've got Nano Boost. They can either hit Keeler or just send it onto Golden Pants and let the man cook.
I guess the backline of BumFC are mutants from Fallout. They survived the radiation and now they are just going to live forever, as it would seem. The double nade bounce choice as well from Ace again, because they know 0907 are going to be pretty stacked together and they can find those kind of funny off angles we saw in the defense. Harder to do on the attack. There's the Nano engage there. That's a big spiky ball flailing into you. Call that the Morning Star, but they have rallied to keep themselves alive and in the meantime have done so. Sleep, anti-stun. That's going to take Golden Pants down. That's going to force BumFC to reconsider this attack.
I gotta say, anytime Golden Pants in, he just gets so much, like, attention, right? It was 4 players looking at him from that high ground, I believe. And it just feels like in a situation like this, if Swag Demon was able just to, like, land a pulse, land a water clip, then it would be so much easier for BumFC, but still has been relatively quiet on that Tracer. Was playing his angles, playing some market, not really more than that.
And in that job, yes, Swag Demon looks to keep those angles nice and clear. Just gonna shoot out Turbo Smooth, force them out. They must know that the blade's ready. Oh god, Jacob goes down. Segment just walks onto the backline and just takes out their brig. Can't really let that happen. And again, this is gonna force them to back up.
Indeed. See how it's gonna work out for him here. Oh, 6 the shield, gets the kill onto Jonovich. A necessary pick, exactly what I was asking from him.
Yeah, and that's going to turn things around as well. Ace finding Turbo Smooth as well. Goldenpan's a little bit more bold and brave to go for the backline, but just stays their welcome a little too long. Follow-up is there from Swag Demon, so they are continuing to push, but once the Sigma decide to set foot on point, then it's pretty much going to be put on pause as Condi holds this high ground. The soldier pick being very good at like being annoying on all these different angles. Here comes the Mines, big slam into the bag. Quilla uses it with the overclock to find Condi. Now those annoying angles no longer contested by a soldier. Very low again, but that Sig's so good using the kinetic grasp to keep themselves alive. Payload so close to being captured. Turbo Smooth flirting with the idea of using Blade, but goes too low, gets taken out, and they will secure the first point, pushing forward here with 3 minutes on the board.
Remember, aim of the game here is ideally to finish it over a minute. They would love to make it so Owner7 have no chance to attack, and some exit frags here would be beautiful. Dude, what is this tech?
I don't know, but they're all so low. They're all bunkered together, shoulder to shoulder, like they're trying to survive a zombie horde. There's just the undead-like push of Goldenpants continuing to gnaw at their flesh, and they are feeling the hurt, but they don't want to turn, as they're just setting up here on the defense.
Constantly disrupting. Rally Engage comes in with the slam, but Jacob's dead anyway.
Yeah, bye Jacob. Jacob being one of the picks that goes down early, so much burst damage is going to do that, and even the nano from Ace, both support ults used there by Bum FC, and they found Bum nothing.
Unfortunate. They invested pretty decently into that. Maybe they were thinking about a backline swap, but it don't seem like it. They wanted to stick. I mean, you go for the mine, super aggro actually. The rest of Bum FC is not even scaled for this.
Yeah, very aggro. You see Swag Demon just trying to scale, trying to get there in time, but they lost their scales, descaled, pushed back, and that is another lost push.
I mean, at the end of the day, you only trade mines for nano. It's worth, and you're going to pick onto Condi to boot. This might be the opportunity that Bum FC have been looking for.
Yeah, Condi will get back fast, but it's enough to kind of set yourself up on point. Turbo Smooth flirting with 2 players there on the side of Bum FC. Meanwhile, Quilla is taking Doherty down. Condi has come back with a vengeance, looking like the Punisher, and forcing them out. And again, another failed push.
Yeah, it's getting to be at the point where finishing with over a minute seems to be unlikely unless both DPS just presents you essentially a miracle pick. We're seeing Condi being really good at disrupting here. AES going down at a really awkward time, but generally it has been the Wrecking Ball who has been the largest thorn in the side of 0907 with this Flux as well. I mean, surely they've got this fight in the bag as well.
Yeah, and Condi has not went for the stim packs, which would give you extra fire rate. Looking for more of a survivability build there on the soldier on these extra angles that they're playing. Flux ready from Imagine. Hasn't had the best experience with it. Almost gets stunned out by the break. That was a little scary there, but it's going to make the rally kind of look obsolete. Jacob gets slammed out of that sky, choke slammed, and Imagine looking like the Undertaker there.
Indeed. 43 seconds left to go, and I gotta say, it's still doable, but because the ults are just so bad for Bum FC, because they don't really have an opportunity to farm them, right? It feels pretty awkward. If I am Bum FC, I probably wait to get nano mines and then just send them both and hope that somebody walks into one of the bombs. Because it feels like you're kind of out of other options, right? All your other plays don't really work. It just has to be send Golden Pants to go kill.
Well, that's not really going to happen when Ace goes down like that. The Blade chops them up. They tried to steal the Mega, but I believe Golden Pants got that one. Able to back up. 10 seconds remaining at his panic stations now. They don't want to go down 2-0. They don't want to need to be in a position to reverse sweep, especially when they're playing a map that they chose. This is their map pick. Mine's on the point, but Ace, again, the first one to go down. The sustain is gone. The Antonates are gone. And Jacob also, imagine just causing havoc in the backline. Golden Pants and Swag Demon going to have to do some absolute magic here if they want to keep it alive, but they were body blocked from leaving the inside, and they've lost their map pick. 0907 storming forward into the lead, 2-0. They're going to look completely undefeated if they're able to beat a team like Bum FC 3-0.
It's incredibly possible that they make it to the grand finals all the way through this mid-season tournament without dropping a map. They just look pristine right now. And like I mentioned, it is a team performance. Imagine has his moments. You know, outside of the fluxes, he has been pristine with the rock accuracy, right? It feels like it's Condi had an absolute masterclass of a map. We've got to highlight him, and the blades from Turbo Smooth have been consistent. Just every single player of 0907 stepping up when they need to, and because of that, they are able to just edge the win out over Bum FC. You know, maybe Bum FC are doing some flashier stuff, that's cool, but it don't get the job done. It don't put food on the table. And because of that now, 0-2 down for Bum FC. How can they bring this back? It feels like it has to be a step up. We have to see somebody, you know, figure out a little bit more how to get some more performance. Like I mentioned, Jacob on the break, a weakness. AAS getting picked more a couple times than I'd maybe like Keela and Swag Demon, just so rarely finding these opening picks, right?
Yeah, it's these small choices they're making that, like you said, they're edging out over the bums, and they're feeling it. And yes, with Golden Pants, we've been double glazing with a jam filling, okay? But 0907, they are 4th in the Masters division of Face It. They are a team that's not going to be scared to face a team that has a player who's so well known in the community. They're not going to be scared about that. They've been playing together, scrimming together, working together this Masters season, and they've clearly come up with a concoction of pain because they don't even need the Sombra with the groggy sleeps, followed up by the anti-nades and the rocks. It's really good how they've been doing it, and with Condi having that extra survivability as a soldier on a little off angle as well, it's kind of a sweetener to an already good composition, and it makes you think maybe they need to ban Anna next to keep going if they want to get rid of that, because that groggy sleep is almost looking worse than a hack.
Yeah, it's probably what I would look to ban. But remember, you still have that almost shackle of Jacob's hero pool. We'll see if they can fist it though in a little bit, because we are going to a short break. When we're back, what could be the final map of this semi-bracket match between Bum FC and 0907. Don't go anywhere, because we're back in a little bit.
0907 have solved their Rubik's Cube, but can Bum FC muddle it up again and increase the complexity of this match, because the complexion isn't looking so great for them. 0907 2-0 up. They're looking to go strength for strength. They're looking to look completely undefeated, completely clean going into the finals of the mid-season to get themselves the most extra points that they can to secure the final playoff slot, where the big bucks is what they'll be playing for. These two teams going strength for strength, but Bum FC Spec, they need to hit back, because if they want to get forward here in this bracket, it needs to be a reverse sweep now.
Yeah, that it does. Blizzard World was a lot closer than Oasis, but it still wasn't fantastic. Like I mentioned, Bum FC still kind of looking like a one-man team. Golden Pants is doing his thing, right? The disruption, the tech, that's all coming through in the ball. But we're not seeing Soge picks, we're not seeing Tracer isolations, we're not seeing Pulse picks, we're not even seeing the backline really live that long, even though we are playing Anna Brig. We're not getting big sleeps, big nades. Like, I don't want to point my finger at everyone, but it's kind of the point we're at, right? It's how it really feels. So I feel like it has to be just everybody else kind of, maybe not even matching Golden Pants, but just going a little bit more towards his level that we're going to need to see. Some stronger bans could probably help. I'm not a crazy fan of the D.Va ban for what it's worth. I see why they went towards it, but I think now they can't anymore. Then they can think more about banning maybe an Anna, maybe a Sig, something that just makes this ball a little bit more playable. Because even though the D.Va 1v1 really sucks with the ball, the sheer amount of CC that Golden Pants was experiencing was borderline unplayable on that last map.
Yeah, and if I'm Bum FC, I'm thinking we can forgo the Anna. We don't need Anna on our side. Like, let's get rid of that groggy sleep. Obviously, Anna a bit more vulnerable on a map like Esperanza than they are on a map like Blizzard World. Those sightlines aren't as long, and where they are long, there's lots of routes to get to them. So maybe they're not too concerned about it, but definitely something I would be thinking about. Or do they go for the Sombra now? Do they tackle one of the other pain points like the Sigma or Cassidy briefly? But I don't think Cassidy exactly was that much damage. I actually think the Soldier of Conde did better than the Cass did.
I'd probably ban Sig here, to be honest. Ban Sig, they can play the D.Va, but like you can farm it. You can't stop them from playing an awkward tank like D.Va or Sigma anyway. They banned Cass, which is fair enough. I'm not sure I personally thought the Cass was a huge issue. Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Can we show this on stream? Can we show this on stream, Hippie? Because, like, it's kind of illustrating exactly what we thought. We'll get around to that in a little bit, perhaps. Of course, now it's going to be the ban of 0907 as well. They're probably going to... I don't know, actually, because I feel like they don't really have any problems other than Golden Pants, really. So we'll see exactly what they head towards. I got nothing for you here, folks.
Yeah.
Genuinely, like, if you asked me to guess, I couldn't tell you.
Little head scratcher there. This is a situation where you think, is this going to be a ban differential? Because it's always the team. Now the teams are getting used to bans just being an essential part of. I mean, obviously this is a third-party tournament, but professional Overwatch or semi-professional Overwatch, it's the teams that actually choose the bans very pointedly that get the most out of them. And I really don't think that Cassidy was enough of an issue. Clearly they thought it was. If I'm Golden Pants, I would have been screaming Anna off the top of my head, but if they just don't want to get rid of the Anna, then the Sigma, I think, would have been a better choice.
Yeah. I think if I'm 0907, I'd probably just ban like something that's going to never be played. Like, I'm banning Hog. I'm just wasting a ban. Anna ban, I think, is curious because I think 0907 got way more value from Anna than their opponents did. It feels like shooting themselves in the foot for no reason whatsoever.
Okay.
I think both teams have trolled their bans. Quick, scene change, so you can see even the teams are confused about these bans. Like, how? Why are you batting a 4 and 7 cast, dudes? What are we cooking? Genuinely, these teams have gone off the rails with these bans, man. I'm losing my mind.
And then they say that, and then they ban Anna. Like, after they say that, they banned Anna. What is
Joanna was
happening?
pounding Golden Pants, just couldn't play the game. The Hannah was dying on cooldown. Like, yeah, the nano engages suck. Yeah, the one time he goopnated you, it sucked. But like, you put that in a montage play, and then what? You just lose. Like, I'm baffled. I am
Maybe they felt
absolutely
bad for them.
bamboozled.
Maybe they were so bamboozled by the cast ban, they felt bad for them and banned Anna. Because it's like, nah, you guys should have banned this.
Just leave Spawn and some like Weaver comp then. Like, man, I don't get it. I really don't. Maybe my brain's just too small. Maybe they're like Custer, you know, they're actually like too smart. And I'm just not on their level yet. But I don't got anything for you guys. I'm not a happy bunny.
Either way, 0907 are at the verge of a 3-0 victory. The two of the top teams across the two different groups, this is the first time that these teams had faced each other. This is two undefeated teams, but Bum FC looking to lose that undefeated streak in a very unceremonious fashion. They do not want to get swept here. They want to fight back, and they want to be like this lobster who's got the bravery to try and climb out of the sink, that's not a sink, that's a deep fryer, Gio.
Yeah.
I should know that, I'm Scottish. Climb out of the deep fryer and hopefully not jump into the fire. Yes, definitely not a sink. That's thank you, observers, I appreciate
this
the
image is so
education.
This image has like actually been like, it was never fantastic to begin with, but as you kept on going, it was just like driving nails deeper and deeper into it. I am only baffled that you put so much effort into it. I can't lie, my man.
Listen, you have to commit, okay? If the analogy falls dead, you have to try and revive it. I just ended up hacking its limbs off, I'm afraid.
I see. Well, listen, good news for Golden Pants. There's no longer CC to ruin his day. They can get Farah booped, he can get Malga stunned. Neither of those are particularly likely, and so he can finally play the video game. Downside is, if I'm on 97, I am booking it towards this Juno Brink backline. AAS and Jacob probably going to be under rather more scrutiny than they'd like.
Yeah, and I think the question is, who's going to be in the air more, Golden Pants or Turbo Smooth? And I think I know the answer. Looking like a comet flying into them there. And yeah, you're right. No sleep to be concerned about, no rock to be concerned about. It's just basically aim training for Majin to see how much they've played Kovacs and how much they can follow a spherical object moving quickly with their tracking. Big pile drive there, going to force Condi into the sky. The follow-up not there, but Condi is causing so much concern. Meanwhile, Turbo Smooth going to take Aquila out. That means it can be a little bit more aggressive here. The railgun not a concern for them. And the speed ring well placed by Doherty, allowing Turbo Smooth to just follow up. Jacob is just getting actually pounded here by missiles.
Yeah, there's no chance to even remotely play the video game. Well, this is going some distance coming through in the car, of course, by 0907. Well, Golden Pants looks for an engage. I gotta say, right now I'm just trying to use my psychic powers to beam, like, Lucio Break into Bum FC's backline, but they're just so stuck on playing this Brigitte.
Yeah, they are stuck on it, and it is causing issue. Jonah Wish gets railed, taken out. These Brig's not having the most fun. But again, it's what you sign up for when you play the Brigitte character. A little bit of a flank here from Quila and Golden Pants. Just trying to force Turbo Smooth out. Jacob, a little bit of vengeance there. Golden Pants off the corner in this room gets a pile drive. A barrage in the wine cellar. I don't see that very often. This is just pure chaos. The mines though, because Golden Pants sees Majin goes low, tries to take them out, but the healing is there. Majin by Tooth and a nail stay alive. Turbo takes out Swag, but Ace follows up onto Turbo to clean it up. This is a slugfest. This is a barroom brawl.
And we're all on different targets. I mean, if Swag is looking towards Majin, Majin dies here. This fight is already won. But instead, we got double support ults in a fight where, Juno and Juno violence, why not?
Yeah, that is going to happen eventually. And, you know, when I'm in a barroom brawl, I'm not really concerned about the target calling with my friends. I'm just kind of swinging for it, and that's what happens. Cage comes up. I can't see if they caught anything from it. I think Golden Pants actually escaped. It's like trying to catch an F1 car. It's just not going to happen. Too much speed there. are continuing to push. The Bum FC are doing. Imagine just trying to keep control because they do have the lead right now, so they're not in too much of a threat, but they're taking so much hurt, so much damage. Guilato needs to back up, taking a direct hit there. Imagine flirting with death. I know I've said that a lot, but every time I say it, I mean it more. Imagine it almost got to second base there with it, but it stays alive. Support's keeping them up just as they get rejected. Golden Pants staying alive, hiding, playing hide and seek, dead by daylight. This fight will not end.
Surely it'll go over at some point, right? They've got to unseat this backline. Why are we raying? We're 2 people alive! Why are we raying?
Into the mines as well. No follow-up. The washing machine being created. They can't push in. To their credit, Ray stopped the follow-up there. Bum FC not looking to go in too hard, but they do need to make a decision because they're the ones that are down. Imagine now on the Diva, just looking to yet again take Jacob out of it, who needs to rally for themselves. Gets the D-Mech onto Imagine. There's the Ray. Is going to be uncontested. Takes out Conde, and they're finally able to push forward, and they will start to get the lead.
That felt like an eternity. That could have been 1,000 years, and I bloody believe you. The push onto Jonowich, who rallies to survive, and we'll be able to manage that. But the lead is going to come through all the same, and the forward spawn's likely as well.
Yeah, forward spawn potential here. I don't see anyone touching this one. I think you're just going to back up and wait.
I'm really not sure about that rally from Jonowich. I didn't see the vision then, and now with hindsight, I can only say that Swag Demon's dead for no reason. Of course, why not?
Oh yeah, Swag Demon just falls over, to coin most of your phrase. Aquila is going to take Jokti out though with the overclock. Does not have the extra overclock energy. I actually don't see many of the Sojourns in this match taking that. They're going for the extra bullets just to have more uptime.
Yeah, the bullets are consistent. It is nice to have. Poke going back and forth, the lead being increased now for Bum FC, being able to hold it once they got it. Looking for a Mines Engage is Golden Pants, using the patented UAV strat to see what he can find.
Well, the UAV is doing its sweeps, finds the red dots, and on the mini-map, now there's a boss Conde with the overclock, forcing reconsiders on the other side. That's not how the English language works, Gio, but you know what, I'm Scottish, that's my protection. Golden Pants having a little spinneroonie, needs to back up, and like John Cena turns heel, Swag Demon finds Jonowich, but Doherty takes him out with the missile. The orbital ray gonna keep them in this fight because they do want to stop this forward spawn and they want to try and get into the lead. Wall, Turbo Smooth goes down to Golden Pants. What is happening?
I couldn't tell you. Listen, shoved into a locker room, and the wall slam is going to soften up Conde, but we'll be able to survive for the moment. Listen, while all this is going on, you have to remember the car is still pretty significantly in the control of Bum FC. They don't really mind if the car doesn't move anywhere for the rest of the map. As long as they burn time, maintain an alt lead, then they're happy. Jacob has to carry his life. He's dead again!
Jacob dies right as Orbital Ray comes up. The barrage from Turbo Smooth's taking Quila out, but the Ray is enough to get the rest of the team to follow up. Ace is just going to get sent back to Mars on that one. Meanwhile, Jonowich has pulled Rally against Golden Pants, and oh, someone else is there as well. Swag Demon, they get the yield classic stun and web shot combo.
Harkens back to the Tracer Eraser days. Now because they used the Rally for that, though, Golden Pants can stall on the point basically for as long as he wants. As long as you don't die, that'd be a bit silly of you. But no, is able to get the mega health back, and we'll be grouped up in just a second.
And they are going to deny the forward spawn now. Of course, it's the lead that they're hunting for. Bum FC are in a great position with less than 3 minutes to go. If they hold on to this, then they can begin the journey to equalize this series. Aquila being very far back though, so not able to follow up too much there with what Golden Pants is up to, but again, creating all these multiple angles. There's only one way a Diva can rocket boost too, so they're trying to use that. Orbital Ray into the background. Guess who's getting bullied, by the way? It's Jacob. Turbo Smooth takes Golden Pants out in the meantime, and Quila only finds Doherty with their overclock. And finally, 0907 will get some push on this.
They'll be able to get a smidgen more distance here, just sort of clean up the Tracer, I believe, who's still being annoying on cart. Swag Demon catches on the receiving end of a disruptor shot, and so it should be probably about forward spawns. Pants will be able to contest if he so wishes, but his team simply won't be there in time. Swag Demon only now just getting that respawn. But I will say, with the ults now being somewhat in favor of 0907, and they probably can just take the push for free. Okay, they give up ball control.
Yeah, they've given up the ball, and also the rally there from Jacob is going to create basically an area of no-go for a moment, especially if that's stun potential onto the heroes like Tracer. You see Ace under a lot of threat, but it's Conde that goes down. Massive pulse bomb! 2 for the price of 1. Tesco hire this guy, and they're forcing Golden Pants back, and they are going to get their forward spawn off the back of that.
Yeah, very likely. So cleaning up this Tracer once again, because Swag Demon is just kind of playing the softest Tracer I've ever seen. Very rarely going for these risky engages, very rarely looking for these picks. Golden Pants minds this, because why not?
Yeah, I mean, Golden Pants, why not? I mean, you know, got bored of playing Dark Souls and Souls-like games, started to play Overwatch because they wanted to feel like what it was to be the main character. Gonna go for the pile drive. Doesn't find too much follow-up, but to be fair, this is a brilliant stall. Has stopped them from getting the forward spawn. Turbo Smooth gets bonked back to spawn. Conde, imagine though, gets the back line, so again, it's very much likely that 0709 are going to push this one, but this has cost them so much time.
Yeah, they'll be able to survive. As you mentioned, the time was really critical. 30 seconds left to go. We are about a fight in us. Maybe 2 if Bonesy can lose really fast. They've got the Ray. Doki will be able to mirror it. This is going to favor the Diva comp a hell of a lot more, but just one pick could be everything here.
There's the Orbital Ray coming out there from Doherty. That's what they needed. If they can find one crucial elimination here, it'd be huge, but it got mirrored. Conde gets ran over on the road. Step onto the pavement. That's the sidewalk for our American fellows here in CGL. Swinging around the corner. Overtime here. This is potentially the last fight of this series if it's 0907 to take it. So we want to see Bum FC doing their best. Turbo Smooth going down. Quila doing their best. The Overclock just spamming them with so much damage. Finally, John Witch goes down. Find Doherty. That's so aggressive, but they've got the double slide. They go down, no! Why did Quila do that? We'll never know, but Swag Demon finds Imagine in the meantime. It's still very risky. Overtime ticks away. Bye-bye, Bum FC. Fire themselves back into this match, and that's the beginning of the journey that they need to be on. Was it clean? Was not clean, but through thick or thin, they get the win, and they are back in this match.
I'm gobsmacked. Why would you ever double slide backline? Why would you ever do that? Why did you do that? Listen, it all works out in the end. It turns out that apparently Bull with Orbital Ray is actually a great combo, and I should have known that. Listen, when this series is over, then we'll eventually have access to the full stats. We're going to take a gander at those in my own time. I think I'm going to need a pint to really help them sync. This is just absolute, like, this is a bonanza. This is, like, absolutely nuts. Feels like nothing is happening according to what's logical. It's just actually a ranked match, but instead of people playing the regular ranked style of you just like AFK until something dies, everybody just has the W key taped down. No, that's soldered down to the bottom of the keyboard.
Oh, well, finally, we're out of Esperanza, to the joyous grins of the two of us. We will need a team of scientists to break that one down. If you're curious on what's happening on the other CGL stream, they were delayed because players were drinking for 10 minutes. Very real, very EU, I would say.
Dude, I won my university match yesterday because one of the players showed up having just come back from spoons, barely able to walk. Fantastic. Oh, and another player just woke up for our 7 p.m. match.
Love that.
I love my region. Yeah, like I said, they're 1-1 right now. So.
Yeah, they're 1-1. We're 2-1. Bum FC have done what the beginning of the legwork to what they need to do, which is 3 maps in a row. But Anna has been banned. Anna wasn't there, so Anna can come back. You still have the chance to think about Sombra, so there is still that opportunity. Going into Dorado, what do you think would be the most efficient ban here for Bum FC? They did kind of throw it down the drain with the cast ban earlier, but maybe there'll be a little bit more choice here.
I mean, first ban here for 0907, so they will have it somewhat restricted. I feel like your ban here, I would ban Tracer myself. I feel like it's been an annoying like cart presence when Golden Pants is disrupting, and I think we're seeing Swag Master generally just living, so that's what I would personally get rid of. See what 0907 have. I believe they insta banned as soon as the last map was over. Sorry. They have like all the options in the world though, as long as it doesn't hit their own hero pool.
Yeah, you want to kind of like target something that's working, right? You don't want to get rid of.
Okay,
something.
so with the break ban, I gotta say I understand that they're doing it because Jacob is only really good at break, but Jacob is also feeding his brains up with respect on break. So I feel like you might have just like nudged him over to playing the correct hero. If he has like a master, like a diamond tier of performance even on like any other hero, I genuinely think you've just given them such a boon. Yes, you are on Dorado, where the higher grounds are going to matter like a hell of a lot more, and where the break would be stronger. But also, like, how many times was Jacob just dead to D.Va that last map? Like,
yeah,
I don't know.
You've kind of removed a win condition from yourself in that regard, and yeah, I do think, like you'd mentioned, they could have gone for something like a Tracer, but at least if it's that Jacob can only really play Brig, then sure, I get it, but like you said, if they do better, i.e. are not the first pick in the majority of the fights, then you've given them another boon. It feels like we're in Bizarro world sometimes with these bans in the series.
Indeed. But see exactly what they want to move towards here. Bum FC. I mean, you got a DPS and a tank ban. I feel like you would have really liked a D.Va ban about now, but I see why they took it when they did Tracer. That's going to affect Swagmaster more than anybody else. It was the one piloting it for the most part, but if he decides he doesn't want to take the one, then fair enough. We'll be moving over to a Genji, a Torbjorn. We could also very much see here.
Yeah,
but,
it was obviously the double pulse bomb probably scared them a little bit, put a little bit of fear into them, and Turbo Smooth, I believe, was the Tracer for 0907. So locked out of playing that, and I guess if the Brig's not available, then I can understand getting rid of the Tracer. You don't want the backline being attacked, especially if you are going to choose to go for Anna, which in this regard would make Anna very, very scared. But alas, Bum FC, they are still down in this series. It is still match point. It's a single elim bracket, so whichever team loses, they're out of the mid-season, and they have to sit and watch as whoever wins goes into the finals to face either the Flock or the Moths. But Bum FC, the momentum is in their side, but is that enough for them to continue pushing forward here on Dorado?
Curious to see what Jacob picks here. It's going to be my real question. Like I mentioned, essentially a Brig OTP, so now you can't play it anymore. Lucio is going to pick towards. I feel like living here is going to be so much easier. It sucks that you can't get your super long silent control with like an Anna Kiri, Anna Brig, but you can kind of firm it, right? You got another meta we were seeing a lot slightly before this patch, right? With the Torbjorn and the Sojin, both your poke angles here are going to be disgusting. And On7 are going to break turret before they do, well, anything particularly. The thing here to pay attention to is making sure Swag Demon doesn't get caught out here, because he is the most diveable target. Yes, you have the overload, but without a Lucio left on your own, I mean, Golden Pants can't really peel you, right? So you are going to somewhat evaporate into like a 3-man. See if that actually ends up coming through though. Also, we get to see more of this Golden Pants Imagine on the D.Va that is causing Pants some trouble, at least. Let's see if he can make it past.
Yes, we'll see what color Golden Pants are after this matchup here. Imagine just going on to the high ground to take out the turret. And, oh! You were slapped. You were anti-nated.
Out.
I think you would have loved to ban Anna around now. I think. Yeah, Golden Pants goes down. And if that keeps happening, then that's it. That is the bread and butter of Bum FC. And if Golden Pants is not going to get support there, then they're in a lot of danger.
Wait, if we're not going to play Anna, why do we... Okay. Oh, no, sorry, it's because we got the breakdown coming through there. Lovely sleep though on to Swag Demon. And I think we are seeing Doki's kind of just the MVP of this game, it feels like, a lot of the time. Because a sleep and a nade takes care of Pants, and everybody else just goes down as a result of that. Pants might even go down here again if he doesn't make haste. And that's the only first one going over in what feels like record time was 5.5 minutes. Second one has to be pristine here for Bum FC. The Anna swap is nice on this area of the map especially, but it also makes AES way more of a vulnerability.
Yeah, they lost one fight, lost a point because of it. So many staggers, and they're still going down. Golden Pants finally finds Conde, but if Swag Demon gone, Majin is just in the backline. Majin is doing Golden Pants level of work here, alone in the backline as a diva, and has forced Golden Pants to play Peel, essentially. Peel Wrecking Ball. In our day and our age, 2025, but at 0907, they are just steamrolling through.
There they are. Cart keeps it rolling. Mines might be good to take care of Doki, but oh, lovely nade will keep him alive, at least for now.
Wow.
And Swag Demon just gets packed up.
Insane gameplay. They went for the sleep, saw the deflect, slapped the ground, and just double tap Swag Demon. Doherty is an outstanding Anna, actually. And you know what? This actually makes it so obvious why the Anna got banned by 0907, because they knew they wanted it for the rest of it. So brilliant choice here by them, for sure. Imagine going super low, they need to back up. They're going to just continue to push this point. There's 4 minutes on the time bank, and they're threatening to get this second point secured. They need to get some movement here. Nano wants Golden Pants.
Ajax!
That is a lot of cleave damage. And Jacob, oh lord, generational, the Ajax, that's tough. 5 minutes into third spec, oh lord.
Bro, how do you Ajax that? Oh my lord, look at, we get it again, because why wouldn't we? Oh, dude. There was so much, I felt, I don't even have words for that. Hopefully Bum FC can recover. Because right now they have not even had a chance to play Overwatch yet. They've been microwaved through all of Dorado here. Jacobs and Weaver. Jacobs and Weaver.
Yeah, they've got their bums out, but they haven't put the sun cream on. They are getting burnt for it. And they just have to use the mines back up, create space, and this is going to be so difficult for Golden Pants, who is going to have to really make use of the fact that you can like climb up onto the high ground now. Blade coming out from the Genji of Swag Demon does find Conde, and the deflect there takes Doherty out, and they are going to clean up here. Jacob,
what?
I've not talked about it yet. Jacob's on Lifeweaver.
Yeah, no, I mentioned it. I don't like it, but it's there. So Weaver here actually isn't that bad. You can pull Golden Pants, so you can play a little bit more aggro. You can help basically everyone a little bit easier than the Lucio, with the exception you can't really taxi anyone anymore. So some of these flanks you can keep for longer, but you can't set up on as well. Tree outright sucks, let's be real here. But you can also play pretty far from the action, so kind of half a turbo to dive on.
You may have mentioned it, but in a Black Mirror-esque fashion, my brain just blocked everything about it from my memory. Golden Pants gets the nano, pile drive comes in, and that is what we want to see. This is exactly the kind of engage we want to be seeing from this team. So predicated on the pile drive that once you nano it, you just supercharge that intro, and yeah, Golden Pants is the only one that gets eliminations off the back of it as well.
Golden Pants gameplay, I don't really know what else to say. Bro is just cooking on the ball, and because of that, well, once was about a 5-minute time back, now whittled down to 3, and the fact they only spend that nano here to boot means that they're still relatively well off financially speaking, right? They've got both the mines and the blizzard. They can deny enough map control that even if they avoid one, they probably dodge the other one here at least.
I've saw one of my friends list is top 500 Lifeweaver, level 170. They are trying to get that energy here.
Ajax is tree.
No, can you?
Do you see a tree?
I don't see a tree.
It's just tree jacks.
A tree jacks? I've never seen that before. Jacob, no! Not like this!
How do you not... okay, I'm actually speechless. Connie's off high ground, 55 HP, could go down, the OC is ripped, but can a touch come through? It seems like it. Blizzard on cart, but AES is dead.
Yeah, there they go. That's gonna be the point secured. They just need to take out Golden Pants. Yes, easier said than done, but when Golden Pants is alone and you have a blade, that's 2 minutes for Dorado. Wow, 0907. We're going strength to strength. They had 5 minutes rolling into third point. 5 minutes. Madness. And this is the first 11. They just follow up on Golden Pants and they just kill Golden Pants. They just do it.
The Brave Ban is so good here, not just because Jacob is incapable of pressing the Q button without exploding, but also because it protects the Ana, right? Bum FC haven't spent an Ana ban yet. I know some new people who to do it, so they could still ban an Ana if they wanted, but like, dude, there's so much time to ban. If you start from when if you start from when you hear it, rather than if you start beating when the blade is actually like ready to kill you, then you get the beat down. But instead, Jacob just decides to just launch the sound barrier into the ether. Like, I don't know. Someone check his PayPal. Just check his PayPal.
Do you think Jacob's going for a hat trick here in terms of cancelled ultimates? Cause,
I think he's trying to go 0% success rate.
At what point do we rename it from Ajax to Jacob?
I
don't
what
really
was it,
know.
like 7 AJs in a map for Ajax?
Yeah, okay. I don't think we'll get to that level, to be fair.
It would need to be some pretty generational feeding. It would have to be happening throughout the entire series, and because it's only been this map, even though it has been a pretty generational map, you know, I'm not sure we can call it that just yet.
Well, Bum FC, they're not just up against the wall, they're cornered, and the house that they're in is on fire, and they don't have an extinguisher. All their hope is a fire blanket being held by Golden Pants. They've gone for a symmetry here, curiously, on the flank there from Quila. They're trying some coy tactics.
Yeah, they're in the tank, is how we like to call it in poker. Able to TP out there. Keela lives on an absolute hair. And not the way you really want to get this started, but 0907 are relatively low themselves.
Huge TP. Free in front of them. Pile drive into the back line. Yeah, I hate to be the guy, but it really feels like Golden Pants are playing Overwatch and the rest of the team's playing Minecraft. Like, I don't really know what's happening here.
Dude, they're all on Paladins, I'm telling you.
They're on the last remaining server of Paladins.
Okay, Golden Pants is alive for now, but will need to be stabled. And I'd best hope that would happen, because Micro Missiles could have spelled the end of him, but AES able to farm up some ult. Maybe a nano boost here could be there in time, but the minefield, of course, going to be the first check mark here for FC.
And there's a wall up. A little bit misplaced, doesn't quite get what they wanted. Imagine being able to get out. A TP 2 foot in front of them onto the minivan.
I think I've lost my co-cast. Let's not take over for a hot second here. Pants goes in for the mining gauge and will maybe catch, I was going to say the Ana, but a quick immortality kill is going to keep Doki alive. We do TP in onto the Nano. I'm not sure about that one there, Chief. And it seems like Golden Pants has been able to do it. All it took was 2 ults. And Turbo Smooth somehow finding a trade. Bum FC have finally been able to cap in this. What is this fight, by the way?
What's happening? Yeah, how did the Turbo Smooth even end up there? But there we go.
Okay.
Lots of movement there in Dorado.
They were getting involved. You'd love to pop this Diva mech again. It's actually a possibility. Imagine just feeds his brains out.
That is what you want. Bum FC able to
Why
catch
did you TP?
with their pants down, and Killa goes down. Conti.
Shona was just died twice in a row because he just TPs onto someone in an impossible situation. I know. I don't know actually. I know Kiri's not really your main role as a main support, but
just to remind everyone, by the way, this is the open tier, just in case you've forgotten.
Right, Pants is dead. They had all that advantage. They traded for Condi, but considering it's tank for DPS, you're probably okay with this. 9 times out of 10.
Okay, and they are still moving the point, but without their tank, they're gonna feel that pressure. 2 beams here means, imagine if they go in, they're just gonna feel the heart. Simwall up there dissects the point, but there's enough room for the 0907 to back up and not really feel the heart of that map being split up too much. Big anti-nade onto the backline, Golden Pants following up onto it. Doherty just gets their nade back up in time to Nano Conde. Amazing support play again from Doherty to keep their team alive, and then that damage from the Nano as well, keeping them up. 0907, they've got a very strong backline there.
Yeah, that they do. Even though Doki goes down, they're able to deliver the nano boost, just live long enough to be an annoyance. Bum FC, again, try and get the pressure onto Majin, but this time it won't work out the same way. They've got the mines, and considering how good their comp is at forcing point, they'll probably just do that until they get a drop and then go high ground.
Yeah, mines are ready, so they'll be looking to split that up. I imagine, by the way that they're playing, Aquila's going to go for the TP healing there. Big pile drive there onto Doherty. If they can go for one of the stronger links in the chain, then they can find them. Aquila with the follow-up there, now finding the flow, warming up there using those TPs. And yeah, got the TP healing for themselves there. Majin's really feeling the heart of being up against 2 beams, and the more those perks come in, they're just going to feel it more. Fondino taking out Golden Pants is not going to be enough because the rest of the team is stepping up to the plate. And 3 minutes into Ford is still a decent time bank. They're still in this one.
Yeah, that they are. I mean, you look at where we're at now, and a minute and a half is all it takes to complete third point. If you get a good fight, you could have an equalized time bank. That's a real possibility here. Especially imagine it's out of mech again!
Oh, walled, slowed, beamed. Imagine, might need to rethink this one. And Golden Pants just creating a hustle back in the back line. Nano onto Sim, but they were antied. Aquila didn't feel the healing from it, so will go down, but the rest of it was enough. Ace also with the Nano onto themselves, dealing a lot of damage. They are pushing forward here. They might get third.
Yeah, it's a real possibility. 3 meters left to go. The Coalescence active for Jacob, going to keep himself and everybody else active as well. As, of course, you just can't DM it.
Yeah, you can't eat a Coalescence. All you have to do is brunt it. And that makes it 3 beams, by the way. I didn't even count the Moira in my beam counting. And they have got more time in the bank. They found a very specifically designed composition to make Majin feel hurt. And to be fair, that's exactly what's been happening to Golden Pants. So a little bit of retribution there. They're standing up for their tank, and despite questionable teleports at the start of that attack, Aquila really stepped up to the plate there and started to get a lot done on the Symmetra.
Yeah, absolutely. I thought all the teleports were questionable. I think I gave John Witch some flack earlier for it. But listen, somehow we get a completion, a smidgen of a better time than here for Bum FC. I'm not sure if the 26 seconds will make much of a difference, sorry. At the kind of time we're at, then you can play for ults if you so wish. But you'd really rather just get a pick. Keeler going to be starting again on that same Midseason workout. A hell of a lot better than the Sojourn ever was for them, I'll tell them that. Jacob on the Moira, I assume more so they can live more than anything else. But the right click as well onto the Diva is nice. Imagine. The Has would be, I was going to say he wouldn't be terrible, but I think going into the Torb symbol, he really would be. You would just like explode on cooldown. Imagine, please don't stay on the Has. It's not going to be fun. Especially into the Ana as well. You just eat those Ana CDs. Either you one-shot somebody or your day is going to be appalling.
Well, Imagine is going to come out the gate on it. The Scottish character. I'll never complain about saying a Scotsman in my video game. Aquila though, didn't really notice how much pain they were in. Turbo's move goes down to them, but Golden Pants gets retribution immediately. Only 90 seconds on the point, so every bit of movement on this payload matters.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, it will be Bum FC who's got to try and reach it eventually. And waiting for... Okay, Keeler's on the Sojourn, by the way. And as Majin tries to get something going, just looks for a target. So far, can't find it.
Remember, folks, they have all their perks. They were in the extra point there, so all perks are chosen and available. Spider turret's actually chosen by Swag Demon there instead of the tier 3. So looking
Keela's just dead again.
Gonna go for it, and yeah, Keela going down. This time has swapped onto the Sojourn, but Imagine being very good at finding them specifically with this Hazard, and Swag Demon just gets walled off, forgets Hazard has a wall, gets sectioned off, and this is great moving here by 0907.
Cart's still moving. Maybe you can take care of this Kiriko with no TP, no cleanse, but instead just looks to stay alive, looks to stay active, looks to contest the cart as long as possible.
Yeah, and you just see Swag Demon just part of the fountain, part of the foundation, just trying to get walled off. Oh no! Like a pillar of pain! They get podiumed! They got podiumed! Oh no!
Dude, he got thrown in the stocks there. That is crazy. No chance to play the video game, and with a 2-minute time back, 0907 have been able to extend all the way into second point. Ults online for both sides. 0907 a smidge better because Keela has still not had a chance to really play the video game. See if Golden Pants can find the Minds engaged, because a pick with this could be the way back in for them.
Yeah, definitely, but a lot of ults in the arsenal of both teams. Conde going down to the turret, actually, of Swag Demon. There's the moving barrage, but gets trapped down there by Jacob, who's got the Coalescence, and that is going to be the push put to an end. An awkward spot to lose Dorado, but a very decent push by 0907, meaning the Bum FC, they do need to complete the first point. They have a finish line set, with only 2.5 minutes though, so they do have to be very careful about these chaotic fights lasting too long.
Yeah, it's definitely a possibility that they can get this far, because it feels like the only mistakes they made were just Keela just overpeaks and dies. If Keela simply doesn't do that, plays slightly more passive, then we're probably looking at a much further forward hold. On attack, it's a lot harder to overpeak, in my opinion, but it's also a lot easier for 0907 to set up these dives, set up some nade combos. So I think there's a yin and yang to this side swap coming through. But for Bum FC, I would say they had a solid 30% chance of completing this map. As long as Golden Pants can hit them with that advanced ball techniques, it's going to be fine. If by any means this Torb is too much for him to bear, then we might see some problems. Widow for spawn shot for sure. Echo, I'm assuming permanent. Like, it's going to be great at dealing with this Torbjorn, but if Turbo Smooth was on any hit scan whatsoever. Speaking of Turbo Smooth, dude, you're running out of time. Symmetra, I guess if you want. Not the pick I would have personally went towards, I'll put it that way.
Well, we are at what could be the final moments. Remember, it's still match point. Winner of this goes into the mid-season finals. Both these teams before this undefeated. They hadn't met each other, but now they're very, very well aware of each other in this series, which has went very tooth and nail. The initial pick from Keela didn't find anything, so they're going to go back onto the May. Big slam onto Majesty, just get the support there to stay alive. Need to be very careful about their engages. If they go in too deep, they could get caught out. Big boop off the high ground. Conde goes down. Amazing setup there, and that's going to take it. The double, the triple boop onto the Symmetra. I'd be crashing out personally on that one, but that's a nice clean win there for Bum FC. Probably a retouch though from 0907.
I don't know. Golden Pants are just bending it like Beckham, and because of that, they'll be able to get plenty of distance. Turbo Smooth on that summer that we spoke about so much, but saw so little here. Minute 30, there will be a recontest. Will it be any good? That's going to be the question. Hack! That just feels terrible if you're Pants. Can you get out? Apparently.
The dreaded Sombra. We've chatted about this all game long, but it comes out in the last minute of Bum FC's extra time attack. Could that be the nail in the coffin? Well, Golden Pants on 9 HP finds their coffin, and with 1 minute remaining, surely you're just backing up, right? You can't go in this without your tank.
No, you can't, but you will also have ults, and I gotta say, they're gonna be a hell of a lot easier to leverage attacking than defending. By the way, Turbo Smooth charging 75% of an EMP in one fight is crazy, and could be a threat for the future, because I mean, what do you do against an EMP if you're Bum FC? Just like pray that you live? Maybe Blizzard and try and play around it? You don't have the tools to mitigate. So we'll see how that goes. It gets closer and closer towards that pivotal ultimate.
Mines come out. It's split up the team It's been a very good tool to get to victory. Imagine though, goes low with the Nano though, can go a bit harder. Nano into Golden Pants though, looking to do a lot, but Doherty has their own Nano, so stays alive. Quila going down, but Doherty down. Good trade, but if you've lost Ace now, then you're in a bit of a struggle. 10 seconds remain here for Bum FC to pull it out and to try and get something done here. Golden Pants just spinning around this fountain, trying to get something to follow up on. The healing hack is going to go on to Imagine. That's even more annoying. The Sombra pick, the EMP, takes them out. Bye-bye, Golden Pants. And it was at the very last moment that they pulled it out on them. 0907, I would say, were the smarter team. They were the team that played the smartest. Maybe not the best pool to play from, but incredible stuff. 0907, they don't buck against a team that has a player who many think will be a star player in OWCS once they're of age. No one really understood that 0907 would be able to kind of go against them with this strength other than 0907, who are a team that have played together and they've earned their place in the mid-season finals.
Indeed, this playing fantastically was all of 0907. I think that's really fair to say. Some awkward devs come through, but they're able to make them mostly not too much of an issue. Most of these maps were won out, maybe not dominantly, but it feels like 0907 were always kind of in the lead, right? It was always Bum FC who were trying to equalize the advantages that maybe 0907 were getting, or just winning off of mechanical plays. 0907 just kind of won because they hit their conditions much more consistently, right? And that's what you really want to see from any Overwatch team. You see here, and even though it's a lot of beefs from 0907 maybe on the mechanical side of things, it gets the job done. They solo fucks the brig. It's not flashy, but the job's done. Sig just walks forward, and there you go. You know, and whenever it's a Bum FC win, it's just like Golden Pants hitting like a quintuple boop into like slam and minding 5 people, or gets a nano boost and kills. You know, these are very different ways of achieving victory. You could have beat us so much earlier. That beat so makes me so angry. Good lord, Jacob, not the best Dorado for you.
Shame we don't have a replay of the tree jacks. Maybe we can get the code and have a little look at it in the breakdown or something. But what I'll say is, Doherty played so well. They were landing what they needed to land. They were surviving when they needed to survive. Oh, this was just mean. Doherty played very well against constant boobs, constant aggression from the team of Bum FC. And looking at it, looks like Bum FC, if they a little bit more flexibility into the backline, perhaps from there, maybe then we could see Bum FC like do a little better against the bans. But I think the ban of the brig at the end was so targeted to Jacob, and while they were already finding value against the brig, this time it was about forcing Jacob onto uncomfortable choices, and it worked a lot.
Yeah, I think that's absolutely true, right? Would they have won if they had a break? I don't want to say so, right? It doesn't. I don't think that was the critical issue, but it was evidently a weakness that they were able to exploit. Feels like the bans could have gone better for Bum FC at multiple points during this series, right? Like the Lucia ban we kind of see come through on that map number 1 doesn't find much effect. Torb and Diva do on 2. The Cass on 3. I mean, again, he's 4 and 7. I'm not sure about that one, Chief. And then having your Tracer ban, they feel okay. But I think if I were to just give them one thing to improve, that's an easy fix for the rest of the regular season, maybe thinking about the playoffs, the ban game needs a lot of work, I think. And I think that was one of the easy ways where 0907 were able to exploit them.
Well, Doki, by the way, not Doherty, my dyslexia had a moment. We will be getting a little bit of a chat with them as they go forward. We don't have a picture of the playoffs yet because another match is still to be completed. The Moths versus the Flock still underway on CGL 1. So after you've watched this interview, you can go over there and check that out. But we do know that 0907 are the team that will be in the mid-season final. So we'll go to a quick break while we set up the interview, and we'll hear from Doki after this break.
free fall. I'm so caught in this, we're so lost deep in it, can't stop. I'm forever the one you call. Let's free fall. Let's free fall. Let's free Let's free fall. Let's free fall. Let's free fall. I'm so caught in this, we're so lost deep in it, can't stop.
And after that banger, almost 5 maps, 4 maps seen from 2 undefeated teams. Well, now there's only 1 undefeated team out of these 2 teams, as 0907 have claimed victory. And we have one of them today. Doki, first of all, congratulations on the win.
Thank you so much.
It got a bit chaotic there, but when you're against a Wrecking Ball team, it tends to. First question then, like, obviously everyone knows Golden Pants is the Wrecking Ball player. So when you go against a team of theirs like Bum FC, you know the Wrecking Ball's coming out. How much did you design compositions, like, specifically to play against the Wrecking Ball, and how much did you just kind of play what you know and what you're strong at?
I mean, we for sure, like, counterpick pretty hard. I specifically played the Ana to shut down the ball, especially with the new perks, with the Groggy perk, where you can slow them down afterwards. It's really, really strong, right? It's you can just one-shot a ball. It's crazy broken right now, and we just really focus on playing around that. I think that was just our biggest threat, just Golden Pants doing a lot. So yeah, I think it was just the main focus.
Yeah, I mean, for my question, you were just speaking about Ana with the Groggy perk. As I recall, you guys actually banned Ana map 3, didn't you? Can you give me a little bit of insight into that decision? Because I think you might have heard on broadcast we didn't really understand what the cook was.
Yeah, that wasn't my decision. I wasn't the biggest fan of it either. I think I mean, we were all fine with it because they were gonna run the ball Ana together, right? And we kind of want to shut down that value, and we can just run the comp that we're most like, that we play the most, which is the Juno Brick Mauga, and we thought it was gonna be fine. But June just has like less burst damage and less potential to punish the ball, which just caused us some issues. So I feel like we could have just run the Ana Mirror and it would have been fine.
Yeah, that's fair enough, and what works out on most other maps. I guess my second question to you then would be, obviously you were asked about like counter picking Golden Pants. So was there any thought put to the rest of the team, or was it just like, as long as we know that Pants can't play, everybody else will probably fall in line?
We didn't really think about anyone else. I mean, Golden Pants is really, really good, and I think his team is much weaker in comparison. So we just need to shut him down, then it's going to be very, very easy. And it was, right? When we were able to do that, it was just free game.
Nice. And talking about the game, the next one that you'll be playing will be the finals of the mid-season against 2 teams that are currently still playing, the Flock and the Moths. That game is 2-2 right now. Out of the Flock and the Moths, how much do you know either of those teams, and do you have a preference of which one you'd be looking to play, and do you have any game plans against any of those teams?
I don't really know about the Flocks. We talked a bit about the Moths, which because I think it was Hitori, Zoro, and Juno. I think would honestly prefer to play against them because some of my teammates already somewhat know how good they are. Specific strategies, I don't think we really have any. I think we're just going to be the better team, right? I don't really think it's going to be that close. We just, I think we'll just diff them on in every way, and I don't think there's really too much to think about.
Nice. And a rogue extra question here, actually, I just thought to think. So, obviously, you guys are currently in fourth place in Masters Division in Face It right now. How are you guys feeling about your performance in Face It so far and looking forward to the playoffs there? How confident are you that you could make a run in the playoffs towards like the top 2 spots to potentially, you know, play to try and get into the OWCS?
I mean, it's going to be really, really hard, to be honest. There's some really, really good teams there. Especially teams like Quick, Insidia, and the Emperor are going to be tough. The OTP teams like SRP Check and Waspo No are going to be also difficult, but once you figure those out, it should be fairly easy. But I think top 4 at least is very, very doable. For me, my personal goal is top 2, obviously. I think it's doable, for sure. I don't think the skill gap is that big. But yeah, I mean, that's for sure the goal, and hopefully it will work out.
Yeah, and as we've seen, you guys are fairly good when it comes across one-trick teams after tonight's performance. Final question, do you have any shout-outs you'd like to make on the stream?
I mean, obviously, I want to shout out my team. They're all very smart, very good players. It's always really fun to play with them. Also, shout out to my coach, Juju, who has been helping us for like a really, really long time now. And obviously, also our manager, Nicole, which just does a lot of very, very heavy lifting.
Nice, appreciate it. Well, thank you for joining us. We'll let you get back to your night as well. Good luck in the
Thanks for having me.
finals of the mid-season.
Right. See you. Bye-bye.
See you. Thank you. Well, there we go. A little deep dive into the inner workings there. I'm unshocked to hear that the Anaban was not Doki's choice. I can imagine there's some fight back.
Doki was doing pretty good in it, but like they let it back in, they find their success, and job done here. As a quick reminder, I believe we still have an ongoing game. Take a gander at that now. Of course, the game between Bum FC and 0907 went 3-1 in favor of the latter team. The Flock and Moss still tied up 2-2. So make sure you go check that out on CGL1. After that as well, 9 PM, we'll have Cuddle Puddle taking on Death Blossom as our final game of the day. So plenty more CGL action. But I think for us, it's been more or less everything.
Yes, it's been a chaotic match, but finally Bum FC, they feel what it's like to take a loss, and looking forward to the rest of the season, because of course the season is only halfway done. I'm curious to see how that changes their approach and how they prepare for 0907 in the final playoffs. But eyes are forward to the mid-season finals. After this broadcast, go over to CGL1 right now. Map 5 has not started yet. So you're not jumping in midway to a map. It has not started yet. So you can go and watch that final map. I know I'm going to be watching it for sure once we finish up. But that's been it from us. Thank you to the producer Hippie and our observer Orange for doing all the visually nice things and all the hard work for us to sit back and yap. Thank you to fellow part-time Scottish caster Spec for joining me. And I've been Gio. Don't forget to laugh loud and love yourself, folks. Good night.